My childhood bully showed up as the interviewer for my dream job. He didn't recognize me. I got hired anyway and became his supervisor 6 months later. Derek Morrison made my life hell from 6th grade through senior year. Daily torment, stolen lunch money, locker vandalism, the nickname that followed me through hallways. Tiny Tim, because I was small for my age. I grew eventually, changed schools for college, built a career in software engineering while the memories faded into background noise. 20 years later, I walked into Vertex Technologies for a senior developer interview. Derek sat across the table. Same jaw, same smirk, same confidence that had terrified me as a child. Heavier now, grayer, but unmistakably him. He introduced himself as Derek Morrison, engineering team lead, extended his hand like we'd never met. He didn't recognize me. I'd grown 8 inches after high school, lost weight, gained muscle, changed my appearance so completely that the scared kid he'd tormented was invisible. I shook his hand, said my name, Timothy Reeves. Nothing registered. The interview proceeded normally. Technical questions I answered easily. Behavioral scenarios I navigated smoothly. Derek seemed impressed, even friendly. At the end, he asked if I had any questions. Just one. Did you grow up around here? Born and raised. Lincoln Middle School, Jefferson High. Small world. Me too. Still nothing. No recognition. No memory of the kid he'd made miserable for 6 years. I was offered the position that afternoon. Started 2 weeks later. Working with Derek was surreal. He was competent, professional. The bully who'd terrorized my adolescence had apparently grown into a functional adult. But I noticed things. He took credit for junior developers' work, dismissed ideas from people he considered beneath him, created cliques that excluded certain team members. Same behavior, different context. The bully had evolved but not changed. I kept my head down, did excellent work, built relationships across the organization, let results speak. 6 months in, the VP of Engineering announced restructuring, new senior leadership positions, applications welcome from internal candidates. I applied for Director of Development. Derek applied too. The selection process took 3 weeks. Technical assessments, leadership evaluations, interviews with executives. They chose me. My first day as Derek's supervisor, I called him into my office. He looked nervous, uncertain how to navigate the new hierarchy. I wanted to discuss team dynamics, I said. I've observed some patterns I'd like to address. He nodded carefully. Taking credit for others' work, excluding team members from meetings, creating environments where some people feel unwelcome. His face reddened. I don't know what you mean. I think you do. I think you've always operated this way, since at least middle school. Something shifted in his expression. Slow recognition. Dawning horror. Tim? Tiny Tim? I let the silence stretch. I go by. Timothy now, and I'm your supervisor. He started stammering, apologizing, saying he was different now, that kids do stupid things, that he'd grown up. You're still taking credit for junior developers' ideas. That's not different. He had no response. Here's what's going to happen. You're going to change how you treat people on this team. You're going to acknowledge contributions appropriately. You're going to create an inclusive environment. And if I don't, then I'll document everything and recommend termination. Your behavior is a liability. HR already has concerns. Derek reformed, slowly, painfully, started giving credit, stopped excluding people, became something approaching a decent manager. I'd like to say I felt satisfied, that watching him squirm healed old wounds. The truth is more complicated. I don't need him to suffer. I needed to become someone he couldn't hurt anymore. Becoming his boss accomplished that. Derek still works here, still reports to me, still treats me with careful respect that borders on fear. I treat him fairly, same standards as everyone else. No special punishment for childhood cruelty, but he knows I remember. Every meeting, every performance review, every interaction carries the weight of history he thought was forgotten. Some bullies grow up and change, some bullies just learn to hide better. Derek is learning to actually change, because now the consequences are real. Tiny Tim became his supervisor. The kid he tormented decides his career trajectory. That's not revenge. That's just life being fair for once.